Hey beautiful human, thanks for clicking on this video. If you're new here, my name is Rose and you're watching my fitness struggle journey. If you're coming back, thanks for rocking with me. Today is day 22 of the 75 hard challenge, and I'm sitting in my car taking a couple of deep breaths because we just finished a workout. Today was a varsity, brand new workout. Timing was 20 seconds on, 10-second rest for the first lap, 3 rounds of each exercise, and then the second lap was 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off, and then for the third lap it was 60 seconds on and 30 seconds rest. That was so freaking difficult. Let me take out my filter. I don't know why I keep expecting it to drip when I do that, but today felt like a Hollywood session. Oh, see that? There you go. The filter, I need to see about getting this replaced because it catches all the drip. For my mask, I do, as soon as I get home, I do wash it. I've been washing it with face wash. This face wash that I bought from Trader Joe's that I'm not using because I finally read the ingredients and I was apprehensive because putting things on my face is a little it's a no for me. I like to stick to what I know. So I bought it with the intention to use it to wash my face, but that didn't happen. So I've been washing my face mask with it. That's where we at here. Oh my gosh, it was tough, really tough. I'll insert some clips and you'll see our struggle. Tomorrow's a strength day, so it should be a bit easier, but I'm realizing these cardio days are going to be so much harder than necessary with these things clinging to our faces, but it is what it is. I'm gonna get home, I'm gonna wash my hair, do a deep treatment conditioning session deep treatment conditioning session, and then for breakfast this morning I want to have some grits, so I'm excited about that. So let's go home and make it. I didn't bring a post-workout snack this morning simply because I didn't have anything prepped. I wanted to have some yogurt, but I couldn't risk being late to class, so I opted not to make it. So yeah, check out these clips and I'll see you in a few.
Yeah, baby.
This morning's breakfast. I've been craving this for a while now. We have our fruits on the side, blueberries, strawberries, but here, darling, this is what you came for. Some grits with some cheese mixed in and hot sauce, eggs and spinach and bacon. Mix that up. Oh my gosh, my mouth is watering. So flippin' delicious. That's what I'm having for breakfast. Stopping by for a quick snack because I have nothing prep. I have pineapple, cucumber, cherries, and some almonds on the side. Hopefully I can have a real meal in a few. So here is what I'm having for lunch, and as I'm showing you, I just realized I forgot to put the onions. So just know I'm gonna put some onions on top of this. I have some chicken. This was supposed to be taco seasoning, but that's not what happened. Some avocado, carrots, bunch of greens underneath. I've shown you the size of this bowl before. Cucumbers, tomatoes, banana peppers, and I'm gonna drizzle some of this avocado ranch dressing on top, and that's going to be my lunch for today. There it goes. Here is what I'm having for dinner tonight. It's some jasmine rice with ground turkey and spinach and kale. Threw in some hot sauce as well as some spinach in there. It looks like a small serving, but it's not. I already had another serving earlier, and so this is just me finishing it up, and that makes dinner. I thought I was done eating for the day, but I went to check and finalize my macros and saw that I had all these macros left. So this is what I'm having for dinner. Preferably, I would not want to be having pasta this late at night, but it is what it is. So I'm having some spinach and chive pasta. And then the sausage is this sausage here, spinach and feta from Publix. And then I have some hot sauce on top with some kale and spinach to make sure I meet these macros today. Yep, that's it. Y'all, my face is so shiny. You can probably see a reflection in my forehead. I don't have anything, no blotting stuff, nothing like that whatsoever. Let's get right into it, shall we? You have made it to the part of the video where I sit down and reflect on the day, what went right, what went wrong, where we going from here, all of that. So let's get into it, shall we? First up, in terms of everything I said I would do this morning, I said I was gonna wash my hair, and I did. I did a wash and a deep conditioning treatment like I said I would. I sat under the heater for a good minute. It felt so good. And then I completely forgot that I was pretty much booked all day. So I sat in a little towel cloth thingy in my head all day from morning to night. And then finally, about like maybe 2 hours ago, I decided to rehydrate my hair using this mousse that Belaine gave me. And then I went ahead and I put these braids in, because anytime I deep condition my hair, it's such a long process. I like to have something in there that's gonna last. So I didn't feel like rocking a fro for the rest of this week, simply because it's some maintenance. I would have to moisturize it. On days I don't moisturize it doesn't always look so hot. So I figured I could rock these 4 braids until they decide they don't want to be rocked anymore. That's that. In terms of my meals, I'll get to my meals in a second actually. Let's talk about the fitness in general. This morning's workout, we checked in on that, check. And it turned out I burned like 517 calories, which was pretty good for a 5 a.m. session, cardio session, and I think Varsity does that. The mask probably added on an extra 100 or so calories, because my morning workouts typically average from like 300 to 400. So no doubt that the mask contributed to my heart rate being a little bit up there. So we'll go with that. And as far as my steps, I barely made it. So I did take a walk this morning after my workout, and then after work I went and got another walk in, because I still had 3 miles to walk, and I thought I was done. So I don't wear my watch in the house because I'm trying to get more steps outside, right? So I thought I was done. I got home, and then I'm sitting there like 11:23-ish, checking in to make sure I have all my steps in and that the system is synced. And excuse me, I was short like 60 steps. I almost missed my streak. I would have been highly upset. So I took care of that, and now it's done. And my water, I have about a cup left to go. I've been drinking out of a jar. This is 4 cups each. So I have my 5 cups in the black bottle, like 2 or 3 of these today. Definitely 3. And so water intake has been met as well. No cheats at all. So that means that goal is accomplished too. And when it came to my meals today, I messed up. Let me tell you how I messed up. So I had breakfast, which was the grits. And then my day was crazy. And then I had that snack and that big salad. And then so when it came to dinner time right after work, I thought, okay, let me make something. I had a lot of carbs. I had like 100 grams of carbs left by the time I went to make dinner. And over 100 grams of protein as well, I'm sure. Something to that effect, 80 to 100. And I logged a few things that I was gonna eat, and then I changed my mind, but I forgot to unlog it. So I ate the rice and what's that called? The rice and turkey concoction. Went for my walk. I'm thinking I'm gonna come home, gonna bathe, and then get ready for bed, and it's gonna be a good day. Nope. I go to check my fitness pal to see where I'm at in terms of macros. One, I forgot to log my almonds from this morning. Two, I forgot to take out the rice, that rice and quinoa concoction I had yesterday. I added that in there. I forgot to take that back out because I ended up having white rice. And my carbs went to like 40 something again. And protein, of course, and I was like, oh man, that's a whole meal. So that's why I had to have that pasta meal, because, you know, meeting your macros. So I did end up meeting macros at 1,866 calories, 181 protein, 147 carbs, and 59 fats. This was probably the closest I've gotten all week. That's that. Barely making it happen. And then so here's my challenge. My weight loss plan, according to what I have calculated, according to my calculations, I am on track to lose weight. My fitness pal, every time I log my food, and most days when I hit finish logging for the day, I'm on track to lose 1.5 to 2 pounds per week. But the scale is not reflecting that. I hop on the scale is going like this, and my fitness pal is going in the opposite direction. So I'm just a little confused as to what's going on here. I'm working out really hard at the gym. I am making significantly better decisions when it comes to my food. And right before, well, I guess right up until the first week of July or the last 2 days of June, I was making the poorest decisions of life. So for my weight loss to be all of a sudden like kind of like halted, it's disappointing. I haven't looked at the pictures yet. I still have to do my measurements tomorrow, but I don't like the way the scale is going. Typically, I don't rely on the scale. I'm not saying I rely on the scale for my measurement progress or whatever, because otherwise there'd be no point in me taking the pictures and doing the measurements and trying on clothes and all that. But the scale, I feel like, does give you an idea if you're going in the right direction, right? When I first gained like 20 pounds like 2 years ago, that's because I was like, oh, I'm comfortable, I'm good, I don't need to check my weight. And slowly but surely, 20 pounds crept on. So I got into this habit of weighing in daily. I weigh in daily just so I can have a nice average. Because if you don't know, the pasta I had tonight, when I wake up tomorrow, it's going to reflect on the scale. Versus if I had that salad I had for lunch for dinner, it would have reflected differently. So just so you know, if you're someone who's on a fitness journey and you use the scale for a measurement of progress, darling, don't be disappointed when at 5 a.m. you weigh one thing and then at 8 a.m. you weigh something else. Try to develop a healthier relationship with the scale if you're so stuck or glued to it. Again, I weigh in, I get on it, but I have an idea where my food is taking me versus where the scale is taking me. But for the past week or so, I know something's going on, because usually if it's just something I ate, it'll spike up or spike down, depends. And then the rest of the week it was steady out, you know, but that hasn't been happening this week. And in terms of what I'm gonna do about it, I'm gonna wait it out. I'm gonna finish the rest of the month. Today's the 20th. Today's 20th. So I'm gonna wait it out for the rest of the month, which is about 2 weeks or so, and then I'll decide where to go from there. I am hoping it doesn't require me to up my carbs or up protein. If I have to up my protein intake, may the good Lord help me. Anyways, that's that. I think I said last time I'll give you a weight update at the end of the month. So that's in 2 weeks. I'm excited. I know you're excited to see all that's happening. Next thing is, today's Monday. I finished Purpose Driven Life yesterday, and we start a new book. It looks like, bam, The Time Management Ninja by, who's this by? By Craig. Dang, who is this by? The Craig Jarrow. And he's actually from Florida, so hey Craig, hey. By Craig Jarrow, I'm reading it. Yes, it's a much, this is my hand. It's a much smaller book than Purpose Driven Life, which, yep, there you go. It's like half the size of a Purpose Driven Life. So I decided, since it's about half the size, 10 pages of this should be equivalent to about 20 of this. So I've been reading 30 pages at a time just to be on the safe side. And so this book is exactly what it says. It's all about time management. And what I'm hoping it will do, it says at the end, Time Management Ninja will teach you how to gather the simplest, most essential tools needed for time management, address the pros and cons of tech and old school productivity methods, always stay time mindful without stressing, make yourself and dreams a priority, know the difference between being productive and being busy, and fight the clandestine war against wasted time. I think for somebody like me, I waste time when I have it. For a day like today, when it was just back to back busy, I had no time to waste. So it was productive. And still, I found a way to waste some time. But that was before work started and everything. So from what I'm reading, I gather by the end of this, I'll definitely be working on some ways to save time. But I must say though, just from reading the first couple of pages, I'm definitely glad I didn't buy this. I would have been highly disappointed if I bought this. But I got it for the free at the library, and I need to return it in August. So let me start you off with a few tips. So I figured each time I read this, I'll share a tip. From here, there's about 21. You'll probably only hear about half of them. The other half I'll post on Instagram or something like that, or you can check out the book yourself. So here's the first tip. The first tip is you should have about 4 productive if I can say the word, you should have about 4 productivity tools. Those tools are a to-do list, a calendar, an address book, and a notebook. To be honest, when I read address book, I was like, when was this book written? Who still has an address book? I do remember having like a very tiny little one when I was like in high school or something like that. But everybody got cell phones now, and you could save it in there. So, but even though it lists all this, you do not have to have the typical paper and pencil. You can have your phone. So honestly, just from reading that first chapter or first 10 pages, I've already thought about some ways where I could use my phone more effectively. I definitely do keep a notebook. I have a random little notebook where all I keep in there are just random notes. I have it in the kitchen when I'm cooking, so I take measurements for my macros, and I have it next to me, so I write random thoughts, random ideas. Oh, I'm putting it right here. This shines, but can you, like, I'll put this on the screen, but like here, for example, I was meal prepping, and I just jotted down information like my meals raw versus cooked and things like that. So yeah, I keep a notebook. In fact, my notes for today are in this notebook. So I got the notebook part down. As far as the to-do list is concerned, I'm going to start using the to-do list on my phone. And then as far as the calendar, I do use a calendar for work, but that's the thing, I only have it for work. And he suggested that you have one calendar, because the worst thing is to be like, oh, I didn't know I had this event, it's on my other calendar. So next task tomorrow, or I guess later today because it's already tomorrow, I'm going to merge all my calendars together and start working towards that productivity. And in terms of addresses, I know the addresses of the people I visit, so honestly, I don't need to keep an address book. It's up here. Unlike some people, I don't need Siri to tell me where I'm going. If I've been there once, I can probably take you 2 or 3 times. So I don't plan on keeping an address book at all. And we'll just use Google Maps for those places where I'm trying to get to but can't get to anyways. So that's that. And then, yeah, that's it. My to-do list, a calendar, an address book. We're going to skip that, and a notebook. So get those 4 things. And then what I want to know from you today is, in the comments, how are you when it comes to time management? Are you like me where your day just goes on the fly? You have a few things that are like written in that can't be changed, and you follow through with that good plan? Or are you like Mrs. P's and Q's, like, you know, every second of your day, you know where the time goes and you don't waste any time? leave me a comment below. And also too, I think I want to know, if you are good at managing your time, what are some things that you do to make your time of the day, or to make your day more efficient? And if you're not, then what are some things you can start doing to make your days more efficient? So together, I hope we can learn a few things when it comes to managing our time, because, you know, you don't get time back, okay? Time is the one resource you don't get back. And in Purpose Driven Life, when we're reading, I don't know if I shared this with you or not, but within the first chapters, Dr. Warren was like, time is the most precious resource you can give someone, whether it's a spouse, whether it's a friend, whether it's a child of yours, or anyone. Your time is a precious resource, because guess what? You don't get it back. And for you to watch this video, I appreciate that you are sharing this precious resource with me, and I acknowledge that, and I'll try not to waste it. Okay, moving on. That's that. And then the last thing we'll talk about is the verse of the week. It is a second week. Last week we had our verse, "Do not be far from me, for trouble is near and there is no one to help," from Psalm 22 verse 11, I believe. That was last week's verse. Here's the verse we're learning this week. It's coming from Jeremiah 17 verse 14. I did a quick Google search of like verses to know, and this one came up. It says, "Heal me, Lord, and I will be healed. Save me, and I will be saved. For you are the one I praise." Heal me, Lord, and I will be healed. Save me, and I will be saved. For you are the one I praise. So now you have two verses you can shout out when you feel like you are in need of help, or in this case tonight, in need of healing. So we'll be learning that this week. And that's basically it. As always, I want to thank you for watching and supporting my fitness struggle. I can't wait to get to where I'm going, or at least start seeing the light at the end of the tunnel and start feeling good about it. One thing I must say though, you got to my comment earlier about the scale going in the wrong direction. I've noticed that I can breathe easier now when I come up the stairs. I'm no longer panting and out of breath. I feel good coming up. My cardio game is back up, and we're good to go. That's really it. If you enjoyed this video, let me know by hitting that like button, leave a comment, and leave some thoughts. If you're not answering the question that I asked you tonight, just leave some feedback. You know, that's all. And then, as far as tomorrow morning, I'm not working out at the gym. More on that later. Maybe not. But I'm not working out at the gym tomorrow. I'm hopefully working out from home. And I guess if I wake up tomorrow, God willing, then you will see what that looks like. Until then, good night. Make healthy choices wherever possible. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye, 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 bye.